What's up, my Yu-Gi Bros? I'm your host, the RJB0. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! In Business Casual. Now, I frickin' hate Tuesdays. Mondays are great. I get to wake up all rejuvenated from the weekend, be all excited to get back to work, and all energized. Wednesdays, I have locals. Thursday and Fridays, I get the impending sense of relief coming from the weekend. But Tuesdays ain't got nothing going for them. So I figured I'd start my Tuesdays off right with a healthy bit of complaining, a segment that from henceforth will be known as Judge Gripes, in which I get to sit here and complain to you guys about all things judge and ruling related. I figure I would like to debut this particular glorious segment with a lavish dose of jealousy for the OCG. Now, the object of my envy is a set of little bubbles with numbers in them that appear in the text of monster cards in the OCG. Now, those little bubbles with numbers in them are little ruling busting machines. Basically, what happens is in an OCG monster effect, every effect gets a little number next to it. Anything that does not have a number next to it is considered to be a condition. Now, this is genius for a couple of reasons. The first is it just makes it easier to read, because when you have those little numbers next to them, not only does it give you a nice indication of which effect is which, but it also allows you to refer back to that effect via the number. For instance, with Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster, if it had this particular piece of PSCT, it would have a little 1 next to its send a fire formation to set a fire formation effect, and then it would have a little 2 next to its effect to search a monster from your deck when it is special summoned. Then after that, it could have a condition without a number next to it that would say you can only use the 2 effect of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster once per turn. So it allows you to refer to effects by their numbers so as to relieve the confusion as to which effect it is referring to. But the more genius thing about this is it actually tells us quite explicitly what parts of an effect are continuous effects and what parts of it are conditions, because a continuous effect would of course have a number next to it and a condition would not, which is amazing. I don't know how many of you guys are judges or have ever tried to judge an event, but when this kind of question comes up, it is the most obnoxious thing to try and get into people's heads, because right now in our current PSCT, we really do not have a particularly good way of indicating what is considered a condition and what is considered to be a continuous effect, which brings me to the griping section of this show, which is, why have we not gotten this yet? I mean, really, Konami, this is like the simplest of card text changes that you guys can incorporate into Primal Origins, which they didn't. You could reprint some nice cards that we already want to have reprinted that would benefit from having this kind of PSCT, but no, they don't do that because apparently they want our judges to suffer. Now, this whole thing would just be a win-win situation, because it would help the players, it would help the judges that have to answer the ruling questions, and it would help all the poor people on Adjucon who have to answer the stupid questions about what is a condition and what is a continuous effect. So this would help absolutely everybody. I figured I've been discussing this with a few judge friends of mine, and I finally asked, why haven't we done this yet? The only excuse that I have heard so far is that the numbers are big and bulky, and they do not look clean and pristine. Now, this argument is the silliest thing I have heard in a very, very long time. Now, considering my job as a journalist, I hear a lot of silly things, but this argument ignores the fact that really, when you're playing a game, the thing that matters is that the people who are playing your game understand how to play the game. It doesn't matter that much if the text on the cards looks pretty. And for a little bit of reference here, you know what looks really bad? When your judges can't make good rulings because they have no idea how the cards work. That looks bad. That does not look clean or pristine. You know what looks great, though? When judges can easily explain everything, can be right, can make simple explanations, when you can look at a card and read it and be like, oh, that's what effect that's referring to. Oh, that's not next to a bubble, so it can't be negated by a card that negates card effects. So it would be super easy for us to get it into our heads if Konami weren't so lazy that they couldn't just make this small change to their PSCT. So that is my judge gripe for today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, let me know why in the comment section below. And of course, subscribe for more decks, discussion, analysis, and general Yu-Gi-Oh! Shenanigans. Meanwhile, thank you guys for watching Yu-Gi-Oh! In Business Casual. I am your host, the RJB0, and I got a jet. See you guys.